Hello, everyone. Today, we have a topic that, honestly, I think every single English learner struggles with.
Oh, I know which one you mean. Is it the translating in your head problem?
Exactly. That moment when you want to say something in English, but first, you say it in your native language inside your brain,
And then you try to find the English words,
and then you check the grammar.
and by the time you are ready to speak, the other person has already walked away.
Yes, it's like your brain is an old computer that is buffering, loading, loading. It's frustrating, right?
It is incredibly frustrating. I remember when I was trying to learn French, I did this all the time. I would think, okay, I want to order a coffee. So I would think of the sentence in English, then translate it word for word, and when I finally opened my mouth, I just sounded like a robot.
A robot, yes, because languages don't work like math equations. You can't just swap one word for another. But listeners, do not worry.
Don't panic.
Today, we are going to share some very easy, very simple tricks to help you stop translating and start thinking in English.
Thinking in English. That sounds like magic, Olivia. Is it magic?
It feels like magic, but it's actually just practice. It's about changing how your brain connects to the world. So, James, are you ready to stop translating?
I am ready. Let's do this. What is the first trick?
Okay, trick number one, this is the easiest one. It's called naming your environment.
Naming your environment. Okay. What does that mean? Do I have to give my house a name? Hello, house.
No, not quite that, although that is polite. No, I mean looking at the objects around you right now and naming them only in English.
Ah, I see. So instead of looking at this taps table and thinking of the word in my language, I just think table,
Exactly. Table,
microphone,
computer,
window.
coffee cup.
Definitely coffee cup.
Always coffee cup for you, James. But seriously, this sounds too simple, right?
It does. It sounds very basic.
But here is why it works. When you translate, your brain goes object, native language, English. That is 3 steps.
Too many steps.
We want to cut out the middle step. So when you look at the cup, you force your brain to go object, English, cup, boom, no translation.
I like that. It's like pasting a sticky note on your brain.
Yes, actually, that is a great tip. If you are at home, literally put sticky notes on things. Put a note on your mirror that says mirror. Put one on the fridge that says fridge.
Can I put one on my cat?
Please don't put a sticky note on the cat, James. The cat will not like that.
Okay, no sticky notes on the cat. But I get the idea. You are surrounding yourself with English labels.
Exactly. And you can do this anywhere. If you are on the bus, look out the window. Tree, car, road, man with a funny hat.
Dog. Building. It's like a game.
It is a game, and the important thing is, don't stress about full sentences yet. Just get your brain used to seeing an image and producing an English word immediately.
I love that. It's low pressure. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be observant.
Precisely. Now, once you get good at single words, we move to trick number 2.
Level 2. What is it?
This one is my favorite. It is called narrating your life.
Narrating my life like I am the main character in a movie?
Yes, you are the star of the James movie.
In a world where James is drinking coffee.
Yes, but keep it simple. When you are doing daily tasks, say what you are doing in your head or out loud if you are alone in simple English sentences.
Okay, let me try. Let's say I am making breakfast.
Go for it.
Okay. I am walking to the kitchen. I am opening the fridge. I am taking out the eggs. The eggs are cold.
Perfect. Do you see what happened there?
I didn't translate. I just looked at the action and said the words.
Exactly, because the sentences are simple. Subject, verb, object. Your brain doesn't need to translate complex grammar. You are connecting the action of walking directly to the English phrase, I am walking.
And this is really good for practicing the present continuous tense, right? The ing words.
So good for that. I am cooking. I am washing. I am driving. But Olivia, what if I don't know a word? What if I am cooking and I pick up, I don't know, a spatula, but I don't know the word spatula in English? Do I stop and look it up?
That is a great question. No,
No.
do not stop.
Really?
If you stop to look up every word, you break the flow. You switch your brain back into study mode. We want thinking mode.
So what do I do? Just call it the thing?
Call it the thing, or describe it.
I am holding the spoon for flipping eggs.
The spoon for flipping eggs. I love that.
It works. You are still thinking in English. You are solving a problem in English. That is actually better than knowing the word spatula.
That is such a relief. I think many learners feel like if they don't know the exact word, they have failed.
Oh, definitely. But fluency isn't about knowing every word in the dictionary.
No?
No. Fluency is about keeping the conversation going. It's about flow.
I like that. Flow over perfection.
Write that down, listeners. Flow over perfection.
Okay, so we have naming objects and we have narrating our day. What is next?
Trick number 3. This one is a bit more psychological.
Ooh, psychological.
It's about guessing and context.
Explain, please.
Okay. When we listen to our native language, we actually don't hear every single word. Did you know that?
Really?
Yes, our brains fill in the gaps. But when we learn English, we try to hear every single word. And if we miss one word, we panic.
Oh, I do that. I panic, I freeze, and then I start translating the words I did hear to try and understand the sentence.
Exactly. And while you are translating that one sentence, the speaker is already on the next topic.
Ugh, it's the worst.
So, the trick is stop focusing on words. Focus on the message. Focus on the idea.
The idea. Okay, how do we do that?
Imagine you are listening to a story. Don't try to translate the sentences into your language. Instead, try to build a picture in your mind.
A picture.
Yes, visualization. If I say, the enormous elephant walked slowly through the river, don't translate enormous or slowly. Just close your eyes
Okay, eyes closed.
and see the big gray animal in the water.
I see it. It's splashing water.
Did you translate the word water?
No, I just saw the water.
That is thinking in English. You are connecting the sound of the English to an image, not to a word in your native language.
Wow, that is powerful. So we need to use our imagination more.
Yes, English is not just text on a page. It is pictures, feelings, emotions.
I love that. I think that connects to something else, emotion.
Tell me.
Well, I realized that I remember English words better when I am angry.
When you are angry? Really?
Yes, if I drop something on my toe, I shout in English.
Oh my goodness. That is actually a great point, James. Emotion makes memories sticky.
Sticky memories. I like that.
If you are learning a new word or phrase, try to connect an emotion to it. Don't just learn, I am happy. That is boring. I am happy. Robot voice.
Right. Say it with a big smile. I am happy. Feel the happiness.
Or if you're learning tired, slump your shoulders. I am so tired.
Yes, your body helps your brain. When you act it out, you aren't translating. You are experiencing the language.
Experiencing the language. That is the key. You have to live in it, not just study it.
Absolutely. Which brings me to the next trick. And this one might be a little difficult for some people.
Uh-oh, the difficult one. What is it?
You need to change your digital life into English.
Oh, wow. You mean my phone?
Your phone, your social media, your Google search.
But Olivia, if I change my phone language to English, I might delete all my photos by accident.
You won't. You know where the buttons are. You know the trash can icon means delete. But seeing the word delete or settings or notifications every day, it forces your brain to accept English as a normal part of life.
That's true. I did that last year, actually. I changed my phone to Spanish.
And
The first 2 days were a headache.
I bet.
I was so confused. But after a week, I didn't even notice it anymore. It just became normal.
That is the goal. We want English to feel normal, not foreign, not homework, just normal.
So, listeners, take your phone out right now. Go to Settings,
Language.
English. Do it! Be brave!
Yes, be brave. And speaking of being brave, we need to talk about the fear of making mistakes.
Ah, the big monster, fear.
Fear is the #1 reason people translate in their heads. They want to be perfect. They want to construct the perfect sentence before they say it.
It's like they are writing an essay in their mind before speaking.
Exactly. But conversation is messy. Look at us, James. We interrupt each other.
We do.
We repeat words.
We do.
We use simple words.
We definitely do.
And that is okay. Listeners, please hear me. Native speakers make mistakes too.
Oh, constantly. I make grammar mistakes all the time.
So if you say he go instead of he goes, guess what?
What?
I still understand you.
Exactly. The world doesn't end, the sky doesn't fall.
So stop checking your grammar in your head. Just speak. If you make a mistake, correct it if you want, or just keep moving.
I think of it like riding a bicycle. If you stop to look at the pedals, you fall off. You just have to keep pedaling.
Great analogy. Just keep pedaling.
Okay, Olivia, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What about dictionaries? Because earlier you said don't translate. But if I really, really need to know a word, what do I do?
This is a game changer. Stop using a bilingual dictionary.
Whoa! Stop using the English to native language dictionary?
Yes, delete it. throw it away. Okay, maybe keep it for emergencies, but try to switch to a monolingual dictionary.
An English dictionary.
Correct. A dictionary meant for learners, like Cambridge or Oxford Learners Dictionaries.
Why is that better?
Because when you look up a word, the definition is in English. So you are learning English in English.
You stay in the English bubble.
Yes, if you look up the word huge and the definition says very, very big, you understand it and you learned a synonym.
And you didn't have to switch your brain back to your native language.
Exactly. You kept the English train moving.
That makes so much sense. It's harder at first, though.
It is. It takes more effort, but the payoff is huge. It helps you explain things when you forget a specific word.
Right, like the spatula example earlier. If you know the definition is a tool for cooking, you can just say that.
See? It all connects.
It really does. Okay, let's review quickly. We have naming objects,
Narrating your life,
visualizing instead of reading words,
changing your phone to English.
and using an English dictionary.
That is a solid list. But James, there is one more thing. The most important thing.
What is it?
Immersion.
Ah, yes.
You cannot think in English if you never hear English.
It's fuel. You need fuel for the car.
Exactly. You need to flood your brain with English. Listen to podcasts like this one.
Best English podcast.
Yes. Watch YouTube videos, listen to music. But here is the trick. Do not just listen to learn grammar. Listen to enjoy the content.
Yes, listen to things you actually like. If you like cooking, watch cooking shows in English.
If you like football, watch match commentary in English.
If you like, I don't know, scary ghost stories.
Listen to scary stories in English. When you are interested in the topic, you forget that it's in a foreign language.
You get absorbed.
Yes, and that is when the translation stops. When you are so focused on the story or the recipe or the game, your brain doesn't have time to translate, it just absorbs.
I've had that happen. I was watching a movie once, and halfway through, I realized I had forgotten it was in French. I was just watching the movie.
That is the magic moment. That is fluency.
It feels amazing.
It does. But James, we have to be honest with our listeners.
About what?
This doesn't happen overnight.
No, it's not instant.
You won't wake up tomorrow thinking perfectly in English. It takes time. It is a muscle. You have to exercise it.
So don't get discouraged if you still translate sometimes.
No, never get discouraged. Be patient with yourself. Every time you name an object in English, you are getting better. Every time you narrate your breakfast, you are getting faster.
Step by step.
Brick by brick.
Cup by cup.
Always back to the coffee?
Always.
So, listeners, here is your homework for today.
Homework? I thought we were friends, Olivia.
We are, but this is fun homework. I want you to choose just one of these tricks. Just one.
Okay, maybe start with the naming game.
Sure. For the next hour, look around your room and name 5 things in English. That's it.
5 things. I can do that.
And then let us know in the comments. What are the 5 things you see right now?
Oh, I want to read those comments. I see a cat. I see a pizza.
I hope you see a pizza. I want a pizza.
Me too.
But really, writing it down helps solidify it. So tell us what you are doing to practice thinking in English.
And if you have other tricks, maybe something we didn't mention, tell us. We want to learn from you, too.
Absolutely. We are a community here. We are all learning together.
That's right. Well, James, I think my brain is fully in English mode now.
Mine too. No translating here, just pure English flow.
That's what we like to hear. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. You are doing a great job.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Be brave.
Be loud.
And we will see you in the next episode of the Best English Podcast.
Bye, everyone.
Bye! Was that good? Did we do it?
That was perfect. Now, where's that pizza?
Let's go find it.
I'm so glad you're here with us.
And I'm James, your co-host. It's fantastic to be with you all. Thank you for tuning in, wherever you are in the world. If you've ever felt that frustrating feeling, the one where the words are in your head, but they just won't come out of your mouth, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Oh, that feeling is the worst, isn't it? It's like a traffic jam in your brain. But today, we are going to give you the key to clear that traffic. The topic we're diving into is incredibly powerful, and it might even surprise you. It's called Listen More, Speak Better. Improve your English fluency every day.
Exactly. Now, that might sound a little backwards, right? A lot of learners, probably many of you listening right now, think, to speak better, I must speak more. I need to practice speaking all the time. And while speaking is important, of course it is, we're here to let you in on a little secret.
It's the secret weapon of language learning, the real foundation. In reality, listening isn't just a part of learning, it is the engine of learning.
That's such a great way to put it, an engine, because the more you listen, the more fuel you put into your brain. You're absorbing the natural sound of English, the rhythm, the melody, the way words connect, that musicality of the language.
Yes, the musicality. I love that. And when you truly understand that music, that flow, you start to speak with more confidence, more accuracy, and most importantly, more naturally. You stop sounding like a textbook and start sounding like you.
Exactly. So, in today's deep dive episode, we're going to break it all down for you. We're going to explore why listening is the magic key to unlocking your speaking skills.
We'll also talk about the common mistakes and traps that so many learners fall into with their listening practice. We want to help you avoid those.
And then the practical stuff. We'll show you how to build smart, effective listening habits that fit into your life, even if you are incredibly busy. We're talking about turning your daily commute or your chores into powerful learning sessions.
And my favorite part, we'll be sharing some real-life, truly inspiring stories of students who transformed their speaking ability, not by spending hours in a classroom, but simply by changing how they listened.
Plus, we'll give you a whole toolbox of practical tips, tricks, and techniques you can start using the second this episode ends. Simple things you can do from the comfort of your home. So, if you are ready to supercharge your English journey and grow faster than you thought possible, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and stay with us. This is going to be a game changer.
Let's get started. Okay, James, let's jump right into the deep end. The big, fundamental question. Why on earth is listening so critical if my main goal is to speak better English? It feels like wanting to be a better runner by watching videos of running.
That's a perfect way to frame it. And it's what so many people think. But here's the fundamental truth, and it's so simple, we often miss it. We are biologically wired to learn language through our ears first. Think about the most successful language learners on the planet.
Who? Polyglots? Language experts?
Nope. Babies.
Ah, of course. The baby analogy. It's a classic for a reason.
It is. Think about it. A baby spends its first year, maybe even a year and a half, just listening. They're in a complete immersion environment. They hear their parents talking to them, talking to each other, singing lullabies, the sound of the TV in the background. They're just a little sponge, soaking up sounds, tones, and patterns.
And they're not studying grammar rules, are they? Their parents aren't sitting them down with a whiteboard saying, okay, today we're learning the present perfect tense.
Absolutely not. They don't start with rules. They start with sounds. They listen for thousands and thousands of hours. Their brains are building a massive, complex map of the language. They're figuring out what sounds belong together, what a question sounds like, what a happy tone sounds like, what a sad tone sounds like.
All of that happens before they even say mama or dada. It's incredible. And it's the same process for us learning a second language, isn't it? We just try to rush it.
We totally rush it. We want to skip that crucial absorption phase. When you listen to English consistently, you are doing the exact same thing a baby does. You are building what I like to call an internal English database, or a mental library right inside your brain.
Ooh, I love that. A mental library. So what's in this library?
Everything. It's filled with the correct pronunciation of thousands of words. It's filled with common sentence structures, how native speakers actually form questions and statements. It's filled with collocations, those words that just naturally go together, like make a mistake, not do a mistake.
Right. You don't learn that from a list. You learn it by hearing it over and over and over again until make a mistake just sounds right and do a mistake sounds, well, weird.
Precisely. And the most important thing in that library is rhythm and intonation. The music of English. When does your voice go up? When does it go down? Which words in a sentence do you stress?
That is so huge. You can have perfect grammar and perfect vocabulary, but if your rhythm is off, you can be very difficult to understand and you won't sound natural. Listening is the only way to truly absorb that.
It's the only way. This mental library does something amazing. It helps you to stop translating in your head. So many learners think in their native language and then try to translate word for word into English. The result is often awkward.
Oh, I've been there. It's slow, it's exhausting, and the sentences come out all jumbled.
Exactly. But when you filled your mental library by listening a lot, you start to just pull complete, natural-sounding phrases off the shelf. You want to ask for coffee? You don't think about the grammar. Your brain just gives you, could I get a latte, please? Because you've heard it 1,000 times in coffee shop scenes in movies or on podcasts.
It becomes automatic. It's like muscle memory for your brain. You're building a feeling for the language and intuition. It just feels right.
Yes, that intuition is the goal. And one more thing on this, Olivia. Listening doesn't just teach you the language. It teaches you the culture behind the language.
What do you mean by that?
Well, through listening to real conversations, you learn what's polite. You learn what's funny. You understand sarcasm. You pick up on fillers like, you know, like, or I mean, which are essential for sounding natural but are never taught in textbooks. You learn how people really talk to each other.
That's such a powerful point. Language isn't just words, it's communication between people. Listening is your window into that world. It reduces the fear of speaking because you feel more prepared. You know what to expect in a conversation.
You've got it. So for everyone listening, please let this sink in. Listening is not a passive secondary skill. It is the active foundational process of building the English-speaking brain you want to have. It's the secret teacher that's with you all the time.
I love that. A secret teacher. Wow, that gives me a whole new perspective. Okay, so if it's that simple and powerful,
then why do so many people listen for hours and hours and still feel like they're not improving their speaking?
Now that is the million-dollar question. And that's exactly what we're going to tackle next. The listening traps. The common mistakes that could be sabotaging your progress without you even realizing it. Stay with us. All right, Olivia. So we've established that listening is this incredible superpower for learning to speak. But as you said, many people are putting in the hours, they have their headphones on all day, and yet nothing. Their speaking is still stuck.
Exactly. It can be so demoralizing. You feel like you're doing the right thing, but you're not getting the results. So let's play detective. Let's uncover the common mistakes, the listening traps people fall into. I think the biggest one has to be what we call passive listening.
Oh, 100%. The passive listener. We all know this person. Maybe we are this person sometimes. You put on an English podcast while you're cleaning the kitchen, answering emails, scrolling through social media, and cooking dinner all at the same time.
Yes, the English is just there. It's background noise, like the hum of the refrigerator. And look, that kind of listening isn't totally useless. It can help you get used to the rhythm of the language. But if that's the only kind of listening you do, you're missing out on 90% of the benefits.
It's like having a gym membership, but only ever sitting in the cafe inside the gym. You're in the right building, but you're not lifting any weights. You're not actually working the muscles.
That is the perfect analogy. To build your listening muscles, you need active listening. That means giving it your focus. For at least some of your listening time, you need to sit down, remove distractions, and truly engage with what you're hearing. You're trying to understand. You're pausing, you're rewinding, you're thinking about what was just said.
It's the difference between hearing and listening. Most people just hear the English, very few truly listen. That's mistake number one. What's the next big trap, Liv?
Oh, this one is huge. I call it climbing Mount Everest on day one.
I think I know what you mean. This is the learner who's maybe at an intermediate level and they decide, okay, I'm going to improve my listening. I'm going to watch a complex medical drama or listen to a fast-paced political news report from the BBC.
Exactly. And what happens? Within 30 seconds, they are completely, totally lost. The vocabulary is too advanced, the speakers are too fast, the topic is too complex, and the feeling they are left with is not motivation, it's frustration.
It's worse than frustration. They start to think, I'm terrible at English. My listening skills are awful. I'll never get this. They blame themselves, but they're not the problem. The problem is they've chosen the wrong mountain to climb.
So true. The key here is a concept that the brilliant linguist Stephen Krashen called comprehensible input. That's a fancy term, but the idea is beautifully simple. You should listen to material that is just a little bit above your current level.
The I+1 rule, right? Your current level is I, and you need to find material that is I+1.
Precisely. You should be able to understand most of it, maybe 80 to 90%, but there are a few new words, a few new phrases that challenge you. That's the sweet spot for learning. You feel successful because you understand the main idea, but you're also growing because you're picking up new things.
It's like going to the gym again. You don't start by trying to lift 200 kilograms. You start with something that's challenging but manageable.
Love it. Okay, so we have avoiding passive listening and choosing the right level. What's trap number 3?
I see this all the time. I call it the one-and-done approach. A learner finds a great podcast episode. They listen to it once while walking their dog, and then they move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next. They never listen to the same thing twice.
Oh, this is such a missed opportunity. Repetition is pure magic in language learning. Your brain needs to hear things multiple times for the new connections to form and become permanent. Think about learning the lyrics to your favorite song. Did you learn them by hearing the song just once?
Of course not. You heard it on the radio 10 times. You added it to your playlist. You sang along in the car. After a while, you know every word by heart. The same principle applies to learning English phrases and grammar.
Yes. The first time you listen, you might catch the main idea, say 60%. The second time, you listen again, maybe a day later. Now you catch 80%. and you notice some new vocabulary. The third time, you focus on the pronunciation and the rhythm. By listening to one high-quality, 5-minute audio clip 3 or 4 times, you will learn far, far more than by listening to 4 different 5-minute clips just once.
It's about depth, not just width. Okay, on to the next mistake. This one is for the perfectionists out there.
Yes, the perfectionist's paralysis. This is the learner who listens with their finger hovering over the pause button. The moment they hear a word they don't know, bam, pause. They run to the dictionary, they look it up, they press play. 10 seconds later, bam, another unknown word. Pause.
And it takes them 30 minutes to get through a 3-minute audio clip. It's slow, it's painful, and it completely breaks the flow and enjoyment of listening.
It really does. The goal of listening is not to understand every single word. Let me repeat that for everyone. You do not need to understand every single word. Not even native speakers catch every single word in a fast conversation.
That's so true. We often miss words, but our brains are amazing at filling in the gaps using context. You need to train that skill. Focus on getting the main idea, the gist of what's being said. If there's a word you don't know, try to guess its meaning from the rest of the sentence. Make a quick note of it if you want, and look it up later after you finish listening.
Don't let one unknown word stop you from understanding the whole forest. It's just one tree. Relax, let the language flow over you, and trust your brain to do the work.
Excellent advice. I have one more mistake to add to our list, Olivia. The accent bubble.
Ooh, that's a good one. What do you mean?
This is when a learner only listens to one type of English accent. For example, they decide they only want to learn American English, so they only watch Hollywood movies and listen to podcasts from California. Or they only want British English, so they only listen to the BBC.
And that's a mistake, because the real world isn't like that, is it?
Not at all. English is a global language. In a real international business meeting or when you travel, you're going to hear English spoken with an Indian accent, an Australian accent, a Scottish accent, a Nigerian accent, a German accent. The list is endless.
If you've only ever trained your ear on one accent, you'll really struggle when you encounter a different one. You'll feel like you're listening to a completely different language.
Exactly. So you need to diversify your listening diet. Expose yourself to a variety of accents. It will make you a much more flexible, effective, and confident communicator in the real world.
Wow, that's a fantastic list of traps to avoid. So let's quickly recap. Don't just be a passive listener. Practice active, focused listening. Don't choose material that's way too difficult. Find your sweet spot. Don't just listen once and move on. Embrace the power of repetition. Don't panic about understanding every single word. Focus on the main idea. And don't get stuck in an accent bubble. Listen to English from all over the world.
Avoiding those 5 traps will completely change the results you get from your listening practice.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we know what not to do. Coming up next, we're going to get into the really exciting part, the smart, practical techniques you can start using today to turn your listening time into real speaking progress. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we are back on the Best English podcast. We've talked about why listening is the foundation, and we've uncovered the common mistakes that hold people back. Now, Olivia, let's get into the good stuff, the how-to. What are some powerful, smart techniques that our listeners can use to listen more effectively?
This is my favorite part because this is where the magic happens. These are the tools that will transform you from a passive hearer into an active learner. So, technique number 1 is what I call listening with a mission.
Listening with a mission. I like that. It sounds very official.
Okay, it just means don't press play without a goal. Before you listen, give yourself a small, specific task. It could be anything. For example, your mission could be, I'm going to listen to this 3-minute clip and try to identify the main opinion of the speaker.
Or it could be, I'm going to listen and write down 3 new vocabulary words that I hear.
Exactly. Or even, I'm going to listen and try to summarize the entire audio in one single sentence afterwards. Having a mission, no matter how small, forces your brain to switch into active mode. You're not just receiving sound, you are searching for information. It makes your listening focused and purposeful.
That's a brilliant, simple shift in mindset. Okay, what's technique number 2?
This one is probably the single most powerful technique for improving pronunciation and fluency. It's called shadowing.
Ah, shadowing. We hear this word a lot, but I think many people are a bit confused about what it actually is and how to do it properly. Can you break it down for us?
I'd love to. Shadowing is simply speaking at the same time as a native speaker, trying to copy them exactly. You are their shadow. You copy their pronunciation, their rhythm, their intonation, their pauses, everything.
So you're not listening first and then repeating. You're trying to speak along with them.
That's the key difference. And listen, it feels incredibly weird and awkward at first. You will stumble, you will miss words, and you will sound a bit silly. That's okay. It's part of the process. It's an intense workout for your mouth and your brain.
So how would a beginner start?
Great question. Here's a simple 3-step method. First, pick a short audio clip, maybe 30 to 60 seconds long, with a transcript. Step 1. Just listen to the audio once or twice to get familiar with it. Step 2. Read the transcript out loud by yourself a few times. Step 3. Now play the audio and try to read the transcript along with the speaker, matching their speed and intonation as closely as you can.
And as you get more confident, you can try to do it without the transcript, just listening and shadowing.
Precisely. Shadowing trains your mouth muscles to produce English sounds correctly. It bridges the gap between what you hear and what you can say. It's honestly like a fluency hack. Doing just 5 minutes of shadowing a day can produce incredible results.
I completely agree. It's a game changer. Okay, technique number 3. This one relates to something we mentioned earlier. Make the transcript your best friend.
Yes, so many resources these days, podcasts, YouTube videos, audiobooks, come with a transcript. This is pure gold. But you have to use it smartly.
What's the smart way?
Don't just read it. Here's a great exercise. First, listen to the audio without the transcript. See how much you can understand on your own. Then listen to it a second time, but this time read along with the transcript. This is where you have your aha moments. You'll catch all the words and phrases you missed the first time.
You see how words are spelled versus how they sound, which can be very different in English.
Absolutely. But don't stop there. Go through the transcript with a highlighter or a pen. Underline interesting phrases, new vocabulary, or sentences you'd like to use yourself. Write them down in a notebook. This act of physically writing them down helps to transfer them into your long-term memory.
So you're turning a listening exercise into a vocabulary, reading, and writing exercise all at once. That's super efficient.
It's all connected. Okay, on to our next technique, and this one is crucial for staying motivated. I call it follow the fun.
I think I can guess this one. It means don't listen to boring stuff.
You got it. Learning English should not feel like a punishment. If you are not interested in the topic you are listening to, your brain will switch off. You won't focus, and you won't retain the information. So, find content that you genuinely, truly enjoy.
This is so important. If you love video games, watch YouTubers who stream games in English. If you love cooking, watch English language cooking shows. If you're passionate about gardening or history or comedy or cars, there is a podcast or a YouTube channel in English for you, I promise.
When you're listening to something you love, it doesn't feel like studying. It's just fun, and your brain is so much more receptive to learning when you're in a positive, engaged state. You'll learn more, and you'll keep coming back for more because you want to.
That's how you build a sustainable habit. Okay, last technique. This is a simple practical tip for those moments when the speaker is just too fast. The slow down button is not cheating.
Hallelujah. Yes. Almost every podcast app and YouTube has a playback speed setting. You can slow the audio down to 0.75x or even 0.5x. Some people feel like this is cheating, but it's not. It's a smart training tool.
I like to compare it to the training wheels on a bicycle. Use them when you're learning to get your balance and confidence. Slowing down the audio gives your brain a bit more time to process the words, to hear the individual sounds, and to understand the sentence structure without feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly. You can listen to a difficult piece of audio at 0.75x speed first. Once you feel comfortable with it, listen to it again at normal speed. It's a fantastic way to level up gradually. It builds your confidence and your comprehension at the same time.
Fantastic. So let's do a quick recap of these power techniques. Listen with a mission, give yourself a specific goal, practice shadowing, speak along with the audio to improve fluency, use transcripts smartly, read along, highlight, and take notes, follow the fun, choose topics that you genuinely enjoy. Use the slowdown button. It's a smart training tool, not cheating.
These are simple things, but they are incredibly effective. This is how you move from just hearing English to actively training your brain to speak it better.
Well said. And coming up next, we're going to share some truly inspiring stories of real learners who use these very techniques to achieve amazing results. You won't want to miss this.
Welcome back. You know, James, theory and techniques are wonderful, but what really gets me excited, what really proves that the stuff works, is hearing about real people, real English learners who applied these ideas and saw real life-changing progress.
Me too. Stories are what connect with us. They show us what's possible. So let's share a few. You go first. Tell us a story that has stuck with you.
Okay. I'm thinking of a student I worked with a while ago, a wonderful woman named Amina from Morocco. Amina was fantastic. Her written English was great, her grammar was solid, but when it came to speaking, she would just freeze. She worked in customer service and was terrified of having to answer phone calls in English.
Oh, that's a very common fear. The pressure of a live conversation can be intense.
Totally. So we talked, and instead of pushing her to speak more, I gave her a simple challenge. I said, Amina, for the next month, I just want you to listen. Find a podcast you like, something with two people having a relaxed conversation, and listen to it for 15 minutes every single day on your way to work. That's it. No other homework.
Just 15 minutes of listening a day. What happened?
For the first 2 weeks, she said she didn't notice much. She enjoyed the podcast, but didn't feel any different. But then, in the third week, something started to shift. She told me she was starting to hear the podcast host's voices in her head. In a good way. She was starting to think in English sentences.
That's the magic moment, when the language starts to live inside you.
Exactly. And the big moment came about 2 months in. A call came through at work, and it was an English-speaking customer. Amina said that normally her heart would start pounding, and she'd try to pass the call to a colleague. But this time, she just answered it, and she had a conversation. It wasn't perfect, she said, but it was smooth. The words just came to her without her having to search for them. She was using phrases she'd heard on the podcast without even realizing it.
Wow, that must have felt incredible for her. What a breakthrough.
She was flying. It was the confidence boost she needed. That small, consistent habit of listening completely rewired her brain for speaking. It's a story I'll never forget. Your turn, James.
All right. I have a story about a young man from Brazil named Luis. Luis was passionate about two things, English and cooking. He decided to combine them. He found a British cooking show on YouTube, hosted by a very cheerful and energetic chef.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Probably. So, Luis's plan was to watch one 10-minute episode every day while he ate his lunch. He always watched with the English subtitles on. At first, he was just trying to follow the recipe. But after a few weeks, he started noticing the host's specific phrases.
Like what?
Things like, just a pinch of salt, a lovely drizzle of olive oil, or let that simmer away nicely. He started to hear the rhythm and the happy, enthusiastic intonation the chef used, so he started copying him. While he was cooking dinner for his family, he would be narrating what he was doing in English, trying to sound exactly like the chef.
That is brilliant. So he was improving his English and his cooking at the same time.
He was. And the best part was, he sent me a video one day. It was a short clip of him in his kitchen making a simple pasta dish, and he was talking to the camera in English. Olivia, I was blown away, not just by his vocabulary, but his delivery. He sounded so natural, so cheerful, and so confident. He said that listening to and imitating that one chef every day had taught him more about natural English rhythm than any class he'd ever taken. It wasn't studying for him, it was playing.
That's the key, isn't it? When learning becomes play. That's a fantastic story. I have one more quick one about a teenager from India named Ravi. Ravi's struggle was pronunciation. He had a strong accent and really struggled with the flow and sounds of English, especially things like the th sound.
A very common challenge for many learners.
For sure. But Ravi was a massive fan of the singer Ed Sheeran. He loved his music. So he downloaded the lyrics to his favorite songs. His daily practice was to listen to one song, like thinking out loud, maybe 10 or 15 times while reading the lyrics. He would focus on how Ed Sheeran connected his words, how he pronounced certain vowels. Then he would try to sing along.
Music is such a powerful tool for pronunciation. The rhythm is built right in.
It's a total cheat code. Ravi recorded himself singing and compared it to the original. He did this every single day. Over a few months, his pronunciation transformed. He learned the rhythm, he mastered difficult sounds, and he started to speak with a much more natural flow, all because he was just having fun singing along to his favorite artist.
Amina, Luis, and Ravi. 3 different people from 3 different countries with 3 different goals. But they all used the same secret weapon: consistent, enjoyable, active listening.
Their stories prove it. It's not about being a genius or studying for 8 hours a day. It's about finding a smart, enjoyable method and sticking with it. If they can do it, absolutely anyone listening to us right now can do it too.
That is the absolute truth. All right, now that everyone is feeling inspired, let's give them a concrete plan. Coming up next, we're going to lay out a simple daily listening plan that you can start using tomorrow morning. Stay tuned.
Okay, we are in the home stretch of today's episode of the Best English Podcast. We've covered the why, the what not to do, the how to, and we've shared some amazing stories. Now, let's make this super practical. People are listening, they're feeling motivated, but they might be thinking, okay, that's great, but what exactly should I do tomorrow morning when I wake up?
Yes, let's give them a step-by-step, no excuses, daily listening plan. This isn't about finding an extra 2 hours in your day. This is about using the small pockets of time you already have. Let's call it the Daily Listening Starter Pack.
I love it, the starter pack. What's the first item in the pack?
The 5-minute morning boost. This is so simple. While you are making your morning coffee or tea or brushing your teeth, listen to something short in English. Just 5 minutes. It could be a short news summary podcast, a motivational clip on YouTube, or even just re-listening to a favorite segment from a podcast like this.
That's brilliant. It's not about deep learning at that point. It's about setting the tone for the day. You are warming up your brain and switching it into English mode right from the start.
Exactly. It's like a gentle stretch before workout. Okay, next up in the starter pack, the commute classroom.
Using that dead time.
Yes, that time when you are walking to the bus stop, sitting on the train, or driving your car. This is a golden opportunity for listening. This could be 10, 20, even 40 minutes of pure learning time. Put on that podcast you love, an audiobook, or some English songs.
And this is a great time for that more passive, extensive listening. You might not be able to take notes, but you're still absorbing the language, getting used to the sounds and the flow, which is hugely beneficial. You're turning wasted time into productive time.
Totally. Now for the third item, and this is the active workout part. The one-clip daily drill.
This sounds intense.
It's focused, not long. Sometime during your day, maybe during your lunch break, find one short audio or video clip. We're talking 30 to 90 seconds long. Your mission is to master this one clip.
What does mastering it involve?
You listen to it a few times. You look up any new words. You read the transcript, and then you practice shadowing it. You repeat it until you can say it smoothly and confidently. This one focused, intense drill on a tiny piece of content is more effective than passively listening to an hour of new stuff.
It's about quality over quantity. I love that. 1 clip a day. Totally manageable. What's the last item in our starter pack?
The final one is the English wind down. In the evening, when you're relaxing, instead of watching TV in your native language, try to watch one episode of a sitcom or a short documentary in English.
With English subtitles on, of course.
Of course, this is your reward. It's enjoyable, it's low pressure, but you're still learning. You're ending your day immersed in the language. It's a comfortable, easy way to rack up more listening hours.
So let's review the Daily Listening Starter Pack. The 5-minute morning boost to start your day, the commute classroom to use your travel time, the 1-clip daily drill for focused active practice, and the English wind down for relaxed evening learning.
If you can incorporate even 2 or 3 of these into your daily routine, your progress will skyrocket. It's not about finding more time, it's about being smarter with the time you have. Listening becomes a natural part of your life, not a chore you have to schedule.
And the more you listen, the more confident you feel when it's your turn to speak. It's a beautiful cycle.
It truly is. So, to all our listeners, we challenge you. Pick just one of these habits. Start with just one. Tomorrow. You don't have to do everything at once. Small, consistent actions lead to massive results.
Gentle motivational outro music begins to fade in. Well, Olivia, I feel like we've really unpacked this topic today. It's been a fantastic conversation. Before we wrap up, let's leave our listeners with a final thought.
Yes, let's bring it all together, friends. If there is one thing you take away from this episode, let it be this. Listening is not passive. It is the active, creative process of building the English language inside your mind. Speaking is just sharing what you have already built.
That's perfectly said. Every minute you spend truly listening to English is an investment in your future fluent self. You are loading your brain with the words, the sounds, and the confidence you will need when it's time to speak.
So be patient with yourself. Enjoy the process. Find things to listen to that make you laugh, that teach you something new, that make you feel inspired. Fall in love with the sound of English.
Don't just dream about speaking English fluently. Start today. Open your podcast app, find a video on YouTube, and just listen. That is the first, most powerful step you can take.
We often talk about how to learn English. You know, grammar, vocabulary, listening tips.
Right. The nuts and bolts, the technical parts.
Exactly. But today, I want to talk about something a little different, something bigger.
Ooh, I'm interested. What's on your mind?
I want to talk about the why. Why are we all here, spending hours and hours learning this language? For most of us, I think it's about more than just English. I think it's about self-improvement.
Ah, that's a fantastic topic. You're completely right. Learning English isn't just learning a new skill. It's not like learning how to bake bread or ride a bicycle.
Right. Although learning to bake bread is a great skill.
It is. But learning English, it changes you. It changes how you see the world, and maybe even more importantly, how you see yourself.
That's the core of it, isn't it? Self-improvement is just the process of becoming a better version of ourselves. Maybe a little happier, a little more skilled, or a little more
Confident?
Confident, yes, that's the big one. Let's start there. I think for so many learners, the number one feeling they have about English is fear.
Oh, 100%. The fear of making a mistake. The fear of sounding silly. The fear that people will judge your accent.
I remember feeling that way. I was so shy. I would know the answer in my head, I would practice the sentence perfectly, and then when it was time to speak,
Nothing. Your mind just goes blank.
completely blank. It's a terrible feeling. But here's the self-improvement part. Every single time you push through that fear, even just to say, hello, how are you? You are building a tiny piece of confidence.
It's like building a muscle, isn't it? The first time you go to the gym, you feel weak. You feel like everyone is watching you. You can only lift a small weight.
And you're sore the next day.
Exactly, you're sore, but you go back. And the next week, you lift a little more. And a month later, you look in the mirror and you think, wow, I'm stronger.
That is the perfect comparison. Learning English is mental weightlifting. Every new word is a small weight. Every conversation is a new exercise.
And the confidence you build, it doesn't just stay in your English class.
No, that's the magic. It spills over. Suddenly, you're more confident in your job interview, even in your native language. You're more willing to share your ideas in a meeting.
You're more willing to walk up to a new person at a party and just start a conversation because you've already done something really hard. You've learned to communicate in a different language. After that, what's a simple job interview?
You make it sound so easy, but it's true. The bravery you learn from practicing English is bravery you can use everywhere.
And think about what that does for your self-esteem, your feeling of self-worth. When you can finally watch a movie in English and you understand the main idea, you feel smart.
Oh, that's such a good feeling. Or when you have your first real flowing conversation where you forgot you were speaking English.
Yes, the click moment.
You just feel, I did it. I can do hard things. And that belief, I can do hard things, is maybe the most important part of self-improvement.
It's the foundation. But Olivia, I think we need to be very clear with our listeners. This confidence doesn't come from being perfect.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Yes, please, everyone listening, you do not need to be perfect.
Confidence comes from trying. It comes from making a mistake, laughing about it, and trying again.
I love that. I used to say I'm sorry every time I made a mistake. Oh, sorry, my English is bad. Sorry for my pronunciation.
So many learners do that.
And a kind teacher once told me, stop apologizing. Every mistake is just proof that you are trying. You should be proud of your mistakes.
That's powerful. Instead of sorry, just say, oops, let me try that again. Or just keep talking. Most people don't even notice the small mistakes.
They just want to understand your idea.
So the first part of self-improvement is building that resilience, that confidence, just by doing the work.
Okay, so confidence is number one. What's next? What's another way English helps us improve ourselves?
For me, it's the access to information. It's like suddenly you have a key that unlocks a billion new doors.
A billion is a good number. The internet is what? 60% in English? More?
Something like that. Think about all the self-improvement resources that are only in English or are best in English.
Okay, like what? Give me some examples.
Well, books. So many of the world's most famous self-help or business books were written in English first.
Right, like Atomic Habits by James Clear.
A perfect example. Learning how to build small, good habits, that is pure self-improvement.
Or
The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or How to Win Friends and Influence People. These are classic books. You can read them in translation, of course.
But it's always different, isn't it? When you read it in the original language, you get the author's true voice, the real meaning.
And it's not just books. It's podcasts.
Well, yes. Like,
Joining in the best English podcast.
exactly. You are listening to one right now. You are learning English and you are learning about self-improvement at the same time.
2 for 1. But seriously, there are podcasts on everything: mental health, leadership, productivity, finance.
And if you don't understand English, that whole library is closed to you.
And what about videos? TED Talks.
I love TED Talks.
Me too. You can learn from the smartest people in the world: scientists, artists, business leaders. They share these powerful ideas in 18 minutes. And guess what?
They're almost all in English.
Exactly. So when you learn English, you aren't just learning words. You are gaining access to ideas, new ideas, ideas from different cultures.
That's a really important point. It's not just about information, it's about perspective.
What do you mean?
Well, when you only read and listen in your native language, you are usually getting one cultural point of view. But when you learn English, you start to understand how people from America, the UK, Australia, India, Nigeria, all over the world, how they think.
Ah, I see. And their ideas about success or happiness or family might be different from yours.
Right, and that makes you think. It makes you question your own beliefs. Why do I think that? Is it the only way? This is a huge part of self-improvement, becoming more open-minded.
You become a more global citizen. You're more empathetic because you can understand more people.
Empathy is such a superpower, and learning a language is one of the best ways to build it. You have to put yourself in someone else's shoes.
So we have confidence. We have access to information and new perspectives. What else? This is all connected to something, mindset.
Yes, the growth mindset. Are you familiar with this idea?
I am, but let's explain it. It's a famous idea from a psychologist named Carol Dweck.
Right. She says people basically have one of 2 mindsets. The first is a fixed mindset.
A fixed mindset is the belief that your intelligence, your talents, your personality, they are fixed. They cannot change. You are either smart or you are not. You are either good at English or you are not.
And if you have this mindset, you are terrified of failure, because failure proves you are not smart.
So you don't try hard things. You stick to what you're good at.
But the other mindset is the growth mindset.
This is the good one.
This is the one we want. A growth mindset is the belief that your brain is like a muscle. You can make it stronger. You can get smarter. You can learn new things.
With effort, with practice, with good strategies.
People with a growth mindset, they love challenges. They see failure as an opportunity to learn. When they make a mistake, they don't think, I'm stupid. They think, okay, that didn't work. What can I try next?
Now, here's the connection. Learning English forces you to have a growth mindset.
Yes. Tell me more.
You cannot learn a language with a fixed mindset. It's impossible. You will fail. You will make mistakes.
Thousands of them.
Tens of thousands. You will forget words. You will use the wrong tense. You will sound funny. If you have a fixed mindset, you will quit after 1 week.
You'll say, see, I'm just not a language person.
But if you keep going, if you are listening to this podcast right now, months or years into your English journey, you have already proven you have a growth mindset.
You are practicing the art of learning. You're teaching your brain how to grow.
And that skill, Olivia, that is the #1 skill for self-improvement in any area of your life.
You're so right.
If you want to get a promotion, you need a growth mindset.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be a better parent, you need a growth mindset. If you want to learn to play the guitar,
You need a growth mindset. It's the belief that I can get better. And your English practice is like a daily workout for that belief.
I love that. You're not just practicing the past simple, you're practicing resilience. You're practicing patience. You're practicing how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Write that down, everyone. That is a secret to success.
It's so true. The comfort zone is where we feel safe, but no growth happens there. No self-improvement happens there.
Growth happens where you are struggling just a little bit, that B1 or B2 level where you understand maybe 80%. You have to work to understand the last 20%. That's the growth zone.
And the more you do it, the less scary it becomes. You start to enjoy the challenge. You start to seek it out.
You think, wow, that was a hard conversation, but I survived. I learned 3 new words. That was awesome.
That's a total shift in thinking. From, oh, that was scary, I'm never doing it again, to, that was hard, and I'm proud of myself for trying.
Okay, so this is all great. We're building confidence, we're getting new ideas, we're developing a growth mindset. But let's make this super practical.
Good idea.
How can our listeners use their English practice today for active self-improvement? What are some exercises?
Ooh, okay. I have a favorite.
Go for it.
Journaling
In English.
in English. It doesn't have to be a long, perfect essay, just 1 or 2 sentences before you go to bed.
What do you write about?
You can write about your day. Today, I felt happy because I talked to my friend. Or today was difficult because I had a big project at work.
So you're practicing your English writing, but you're also...
You're also processing your emotions. You're practicing self-awareness. You're thinking about your day. This is a classic self-improvement habit.
And doing it in English, it almost gives you a little distance, doesn't it? It helps you look at your problems more objectively.
That's a really smart point. It does. You're so focused on finding the words. What is the word for frustrated? That you have to think clearly about the feeling itself.
I love that. Journaling. Okay, I have one.
Let's hear it.
Set your goals in English.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
Instead of just learning English, use English. Get a notebook and write down my goals. And write them in English.
What kind of goals?
Any goals. This week, I will exercise 3 times. This month, I will read 1 book. This year, I will save $1,000.
And, of course, this week, I will listen to 2 episodes of the Best English Podcast.
Of course, that's goal number 1. But the act of writing them down makes them real. And writing them in English makes you think about your future in this new language. It connects your English skill to your life.
It makes English a tool, not just a subject.
Precisely. It's not homework. It's your life plan. You can also make your to-do list for the day in English. 1. Buy milk. 2. Email my boss. 3. Study prepositions for 20 minutes.
Oh, I do that. It's so simple, but it keeps English in your mind all day. You're constantly seeing and using the language for real-life tasks.
Okay, so we have journaling for emotions and goal setting for progress. What else?
How about positive affirmations?
Okay, some people think this is a bit strange, but I'm a big believer. Explain what they are.
Positive affirmations are short, positive sentences that you say to yourself. You can say them out loud, in the mirror, or just in your head.
And the idea is to, what, reprogram your brain?
Kind of. It's to fight that negative voice in your head. You know that voice? The one that says, you're not good enough, you'll never be fluent, your accent is terrible.
We all have that voice.
So you fight it with affirmations, and you can do them in English. This is so powerful.
Give me some examples.
You can look in the mirror and say, I am a confident English speaker.
even if you don't feel confident?
Especially if you don't feel confident. You say, I am learning and growing every day. My accent is a sign of my courage. I am proud of my progress.
I am becoming a better version of myself.
Wow, think about that. You are practicing your speaking, but you are also building your self-esteem.
It's an amazing 2-for-1. It directly attacks that fear we talked about at the beginning. It replaces the fear with confidence.
I'm going to add one more. Read self-improvement books in English.
We talked about that.
No, wait. I mean, read the simple ones. Don't start with a 400-page philosophy book.
Loves. Good point.
Find a graded reader, which is a book that is specially written for your B1 or B2 level. Or read a children's book that has a good message.
Or read a blog post. 5 ways to be more productive.
Yes. Or watch that TED Talk with subtitles. The point is, you are consuming positive, motivational content while you practice your listening and reading.
You're feeding your brain good food and practicing your English.
It's so much better than just reading a grammar textbook, isn't it? A textbook doesn't improve you as a person, but reading an article about how to be a better listener, that improves your English and makes you a better friend.
You know, James, as we're talking, I'm realizing it's a full circle.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we started by saying people learn English for self-improvement, to get a better job, to be more confident.
Right. English is the goal. But what we've discovered in this conversation is that the process of learning English, the daily habits, the struggle, the growth mindset, that is the self-improvement.
Oh, that's really good. Say that again. The journey of learning the language is the self-improvement itself.
Yes, you don't have to wait until you are fluent to be a better person. You are becoming a better person today, right now.
Just by listening to this podcast, you are being patient. You are being curious. You are investing in yourself. Those are all qualities of a person who is growing.
So, to everyone listening, we want you to recognize that. Give yourself credit.
Please do. It's so easy to focus on what you don't know. Oh, I still don't understand the third conditional. I still can't understand that movie.
Forget that. Focus on what you are doing. You are showing up, you are practicing, you are 1% better today than you were yesterday.
And that is the definition of self-improvement. It's not a big, dramatic change in one day. It's 1% every day.
Like atomic habits, small changes, big results over time.
Exactly. So be kind to yourself. This is a long, long journey. There is no finish line.
Even we are still learning. I learn new words in English all the time.
Me too, and I'm still working on my own self-improvement. I still have to practice being confident and patient.
So we're all in this together. We're all just trying to be a little bit better. And we're using English as this amazing, powerful tool to help us get there.
It connects us to ideas, and it connects us to people, like all of you.
Absolutely. So this week, think about this. How is your English journey changing you? Not just your grammar. How is it making you more confident, more resilient, more open-minded?
And maybe try one of those practical tips. Write one sentence in your journal tonight, or set one goal in English for tomorrow.
Small steps.
Small steps. You've got this. We believe in you.
You're already doing it. Thank you